What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 74 of the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast. On this episode, we are talking Halloween the game, Super Mario Galaxy, Lords of the Fallen 2, and Forza Horizon 6.
Wolfman's got Nards.
What? Wolfman's got Nards.
Wolfman's got Nards. It's a movie.
It's a movie
from the 80s.
from the 80s.
Yep. Good friend of the
Wolfman.
podcast, our good buddy Storm, is screaming at his phone right now.
Is it a horror movie?
Yeah, kind of, yes, but like cheesy.
goofy one?
Yeah, cheesy kitty horror movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
1987's Monster Squad.
Monster Squad. Oh, geez. Yep, that's not one I knew, Dave.
That comment section cinema. The next movie will be 1987 Monster Squad.
Thanks, Storm, for the recommendation. Monster Squad.
Thanks, Storm. Go ahead and comment that down below. So
Yeah,
it's
make sure to
legit.
comment that. Yeah. It only counts if it's commented. If it's not commented, it doesn't count.
Only comments count.
Yeah. It's comment section cinema. Speaking of which, let's go into this episode's comment section cinema. Cinema. I can't say words today.
Totally fine. We're just doing a podcast.
Just a podcast. Nobody listens to the words that you say anyway, right?
Words
All
don't
right.
matter.
So,
I forgot about the jingle.
comment section cinema. Goodfellas by Mythic Boss was the one who commented Goodfellas.
Let's go.
Wow. Why have I waited 31 years to watch this movie?
I have no idea.
This movie was incredible.
It's so good, right?
It was definitely like the style of the movie. Obviously, it was 1990, so just got past the 80s. So, but it was such an incredible experience. I watched it on one of my trips for work, and man, I think Wolf of Wall Street took inspiration of how the storytelling was done of the movie because it was like top notch. And Wolf of Wall Street is one of my favorite movies that I've seen in the last couple of years. And Goodfellas, like even better than the way Wolf of Wall Street was.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an OG. I mean, that a lot of movies have taken a lot of different things from Goodfellas. It's just, I don't want to say it's a perfect movie, but it's a dang near perfect movie.
I would definitely agree. The acting was phenomenal, and the fact that the movie was based on a true like story of somebody was even more incredible. And that is why this movie got a 5 out of 5.
You give 5 out of 5 to it?
Yeah, dude, it was such
Hot
a
dang.
great movie. It
Let's
had
go.
its quirks of like the early 90s, late 80s feel to it, but the acting was so good, and just like the story was captivating throughout the whole time. The pacing was good. I really enjoyed like the whole movie. And I liked how it started with like almost like a tease to like what you're going to expect. And you would think like that would be the end of the movie. Like it's showing you the end, but there's more to it after that. And like, it was really good. I really enjoyed the whole movie.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And like, Pesci in that movie. Oh,
Everybody.
just
Everybody's
like
so good.
everybody in that movie is iconic. But like, I think that's the movie where like Pesci really came into his own and like developed who he could be when he plays these types of roles. Just like seeing him bring that character to life is incredible. He just from start to finish does an incredible job.
I agree. So thank you, Mythic Boss, for the recommendation of Comment Section Cinema. Let us know some more movies. I got one that Dave's trying to get somebody to comment, so make sure to comment below what movies we should Comment Section Cinema next. I'm up to 40 movies on the year, so
That's not bad.
I'm a little behind, but we're getting there.
I think you're still on pace. What is it, March?
It's March, yeah.
3, 1, 4 kids carry the 7, 160. You're like 160 pace.
Oh shoot, I need to keep moving. I need to keep moving. But I'm going on vacation in a few weeks, so that's where I'm gonna crank out like 20 movies.
200 is ambitious.
It is, but I have to break. My goal last year was 100, and I hit 99.
That stings.
Yeah, it does. I just didn't have the time to finally finish it, but that's okay. 200 is still on the table. We're not even halfway through the year, and I am officially done with like my main busy season of the year, which I want to talk about real quick. For those that don't know, I work in athletics, specifically college athletics, D1 women's basketball. I'm not going to say the school because I don't need to do all that, but it was my first time. This is my first year at this school. We made it to the March Madness. That's pretty.
Yeah. Round of applause, guys.
I'm not going to say how we did because we're definitely not in the Elite Eight. I'll say that much. It was such an incredible experience to play in such a like high caliber school setting. Like there was 10,000 people there. It like the room or the arena erupted. It was so cool. And we had a good traveling party with us. But I'll just say, like, I've always looked on it from the outside, you know, watching TV and stuff like that. You never realize how, like, not impactful, like, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't feel the sense of it until you're on the bench and things like that. It's really such a cool experience. I wish everybody could experience it, but it was something new to me in my 10-year career in athletics, and it was just incredible. So that's what I just want to go say there.
I agree with you. I don't think it's anything that you can truly experience unless you're there. And like, I also kind of feel the same way as like, even just a fan, like not being a player or like, you know, a coach or like coaching staff or anything like that, like somebody being on the actual court or the field or anything like that. But like watching a game on your TV is nice. It's comfortable. You get up, you go to the bathroom, you get some popcorn, blah, blah, blah. But like actually being in the stadium and like feeling the energy of the crowd, like the highs and the lows and the like, oh my God moments, and like just seeing everything unfold, like it's totally different. It's just a totally different experience.
It really is. And I'm glad I got to experience it. And I hope we get to experience it each and every year I work with this school. We're not losing anybody to the portal, I don't think. So knock on some wood there. But Dave, what have you been playing? That's all I want to talk about with that.
I actually took a little vacay myself, and I haven't been playing any video games. I took a total break from video game. Well, I lied. When we came back, I played DVD and Rats. I lied a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. But the biggest news, I went to go see Scream 7. So we can officially talk about it now if you want to.
Perfect, because I have like a side topic thing that I want to talk about anyway. So let's hear your thoughts on it. Where do you put this in the realm of Screams?
Do you want to know my rank of Screams?
Yes, that's where I was going to go with it. Let's hear your rank of Screams. I got mine too. So,
but because spoiler alert, after the rank, you'll know what I'm going to have to say about this. But my rank of Screams, coming in at number 1, we have Scream 1, the OG, the original. Number 2 is number 2. Number 3 is 4. Number 4 is 5. Number 5 is 6. Number 6 is 3. And number 7 is 7.
Yeah, I'm really close to you actually. But before you dive into your reasoning of why with of Scream 7, this is mine. Original Scream, number 1. Scream 2, 2. Scream 5 is my number 3.
Oh, you put 5 up there.
Yeah,
okay.
so I felt like it really modernized it to the feel of, like, really modernized the franchise a little bit.
Yeah.
And I just liked it a little bit more. Number 4 is 6.
Okay.
Number 5 is 4. And then 6 is 3. Mm-hmm. And then 7 is 7.
7 is 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hear your reasoning.
I know everybody was really kind of upset about the whole AI thing. And you know, like, I am the biggest advocate anti-AI. Like, I hate everything AI. That wasn't specifically the part that got me, because the way that they were presenting it, and guys, spoiler alerts, like, I'm going to say some stuff. So if you haven't seen the movie yet and you don't want to, maybe we could put a little time block or something in for you, but skip ahead a little bit. The thing that really got it from me was they did exactly the one thing that I thought they could not do, and that is make the killers be meaningless people.
That was my exact thought, Dave. Exact thought. Plus the AI stuff. The AI stuff, it's fatigue. It's like, you know how we have Marvel fatigue? We're getting AI fatigue. Everything's about AI. We get it. It's here. But I'm with you. The fact that, one, I guessed who it was right away.
Me too.
Which was really disappointing.
Me too.
At least I guessed one of the characters right away, which is very disappointing.
Thought it was going to be the killer and the son. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be them two, so I did get thrown through a loop a little bit, but the main killer of the movie I pegged in like the first 20 minutes.
I didn't peg that in the first 20 minutes. I think I pegged the one from the asylum.
Oh, okay.
I pegged him first before. I mean, we're talking about spoilers. I pegged him before I pegged the woman. Like, that sounded awful.
That sounded terrible.
We might have to bleep that out a little bit.
No way. This is how we do. This is what we do here.
But yeah, I'm with you, man. Like, there was no connection at all. Like, except for she was fangirling. Like, that's all it was.
The one thing that they could not do, right, because we talked about this on the last episode, is like, did I want the Scream franchise to end? And the answer was yes. And if it didn't, I wanted them to set it up so that it was going to end. They had one more movie, right? So like either this movie or the next movie is the last movie. Like chop it off, right? Before the fans chop it off for you and just decide that like they're not interested anymore. So this to me was just kind of a blatant like slap in the face to be like, we have no thoughts of ending this franchise, because that's all it was. It was just a movie extending the franchise. And the way that you can tell about this, like, and the way that like a lot of horror franchises work, where you can tell that they're really starting to go downhill, is completely remove the movie itself from the franchise, and does it change anything about the storyline? And if the answer is no, then it's just filler, and they're just trying to extend the series. And this is exactly what happened with Scream. You could remove Scream 7 from the franchise, and the plot would have no changes. Like, nothing happened. It was really just a blatant works.
This is what I wanted. As I was watching it, I was like, I wanted to be the daughter. I wanted the daughter to be the killer, because I wanted her to be like, I'm tired of hearing about you. Like, I want it to be about me now. Like, I'm tired of hearing about Sidney Prescott surviving all these murders and all this, all that. And so she was going to try to set it up to be her. That's what I thought would have been like an insane plot twist, but they chose the random characters that have never been in any of the movies. So
as I'm watching the movie, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, it's pretty obvious to me that the way that this movie is going, that this is not the final movie, right? So I thought, logically, the best thing that they could have done for that movie was, and I'm sorry, I forget their names, maybe you know the names, but they should have made it the two kids, Randy's nephew and niece, that was working with Gail.
That would have been even more like...
And at the reveal, they pull the mask off at the same time, because if one pulls it off, you know the other one's the killer, right? So they pull them off at the same time, and you're like, oh my God, it's them. And the motive is like, you could do anything you want. You could be like, you know, like, everybody, everyone we know is dead because of you. Like, we're finally ending it. Like, if you can't beat them, join them. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. Like, they could have gone that route. They literally could have done basically anything besides what they did and made a better movie.
Jessica Bowden and Marco Davis were the killers. And the fact that they had this random guy in the beginning just get killed right away, that was kind of like, I don't know. It was just kind of dumb. And I think, honestly, they could have played into the AI better as well. I felt like they were forcing that AI thing, or like bit of it too much, where it became like the focal point of the movie, but in the end, it like didn't even matter. So that's where I'm with you, man. I'm on the same exact page, and I'm sure tons of fans are on the same boat, but it's turning into Jason in Space a little bit.
A little bit. And here's the one thing that I think a lot of horror fans recognize. Specifically the kills in this movie. Now, I will give them credit. There was some pretty interesting kill scenes. The one where she's swinging, stuff like that. Like, okay, that, you know, all right, those are okay. But the one that really got me is the one in the bar where Ghostface lifts up the kid, puts his head on the bar tap, and pulls him down. And specifically the part where the bar tap is like the beer tap is like shooting out of his mouth. Okay, Scream was never about this. Scream kills are always slasher kills. There's nothing crazy. Yes, there's some kills where, okay, you have to think about it in the sense of like a 90-pound girl lifted up somebody with a hunting knife. Like, yes, it is far-fetched, right? But like Scream never really took the kills to this level of like kind of quirky, kind of weird, kind of like that was always like Jason Voorhees kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like weird stuff, right? Like Scream always provided an experience where you felt like
it was a little bit more grounded.
Yeah, it was grounded. Like you didn't laugh at it. You know what I mean? Like I literally laughed at that. And I was like, okay, this is like the part in horror movie franchises where they just start coming off the rails. Like when they start doing these really weird, cheesy, gimmicky, like almost comedic kind of kills, you're just like, oh no, don't go that route, guys.
And I think the problem is the Scream franchise has had some of those cheesy moments, but again, they always felt grounded and they had an element to it that made sense. But I completely agree with you. And the fact that she was the one that killed her son and the one that picked him up and put him up there, like there's no way. And even if like you killed somebody like that, it's not coming out like that. No way.
There's a lot to unpack. So I mean, I'm unfortunately like not a fan. I'm not a fan of Scream 7. At this point, like I hope they do make another movie and turn it around, because I just would hate for the franchise to end on this sad note. Like this is like quintessential Game of Thrones action right now if they end the story right now. So I hope that they do come out with an 8. I hope they provide a better story, and I hope they wrap it up.
And I gave Scream 7 a 1.5. A
1.5?
Yep. And
sounds about right.
I said, out of all the movies in the series, this is the most disappointing of them all. I'm not going to say too much, but very generic and boring ending. That's what I said. But I'm with you, man. It was a disappointing ending, and it's not what anybody expected. And maybe that's why they did it. They're like, let's do something unexpected. But it was so unexpectedly bad that hopefully they have some redemption in a Scream 8 where that they can wrap it up in a nice way. It's kind of like how you say Scream 3 was bad in so many ways. This is like bringing it back to 2026. Like, let's make it bad again before we make it great. So maybe that's what they're like thinking, like, oh, let's make a bad one, and we have to redeem ourselves with a good one. So hopefully they wrap it up well.
In any other franchise, I would call it quits. You guys know I love Scream. I'm a huge Ghostface nerd. Like I love the franchise. I give them. I have hope that, because like we said, they did it in 3 and they brought it back. Do it again, guys. Bring it back in 8. Make something that makes sense, and let's call it.
Or give us something crazy that's like not far-fetched. But anyway, games I've been playing, Dave, real quick. And we can get into our first topic, because it obviously the first topic kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking about. I'm in my zombie era.
You're crushing Toxic Commando, aren't you?
Toxic Commando and Dying Light the Beast.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the Dying Light game is for the go, like on the go on my handheld there. But quick thoughts about Toxic Commando, because I wanted to do a review so bad, but with traveling, with March Madness, all that stuff, I wasn't able to sit down and do it. But here's my one qualm issue with Toxic Commando. People are stupid. I got kicked out of a game because I accidentally shot my teammate. And me accidentally shooting my teammate does barely any damage. And then he chased me around the map and kept shooting me. And then, so I just like, okay, I'm just going to stand here and take it. And then he you can vote people out. And like, so 2 of the guys were on the same, like they were a party. And then me and this other guy were random. And the guy that was chasing me around shooting me goes, be a team player, vote him out. I'm like, what? I didn't do nothing. You did it to me. It was an accident. I even said sorry for shooting you, and then he like went berserk. And so, don't be that kind of person. Like,
that's it. You guys, it's just an accident. Accidents happen. I will say though, game devs, I don't understand this. Nobody likes friendly fire. Nobody likes it. Like in no game ever. If your idea is like, let's put in friendly fire, stop it, because nobody wants it.
Unless it's like a tactical shooter realism thing. Toxic Commando is not tactical realism shooter, if that makes sense. But I will say, Helldivers has really funny friendly fire mechanic. Like when it's like you get ragdolled, blown across the map. Like that's funny, but If I would die quick to friendly fire, it'd be a different story. But no, you have to like really hammer the people down. Like, you can't kill your team unless you really focus on killing your team in this game. And the whole time it says, don't shoot your teammates. It's like, then just take it out. Yeah. Yeah. Especially when there's hundreds and hundreds of zombies. Like, it's a spray and pray. You're not focused on that. Like, I just go for the biggest mag and I just shoot it. But other than that, the game's fun. It's got some repetitive nature to it. The story is kind of meh, which we knew it would be, to be honest. It's a zombie shooter. Like, what? You got to try to save the world. Like, that's about it with zombie shooters. But other than that, it's fun. I like the mechanics. All the things I said good about it in the demo review, or like demo play, it all stands true. The progression's actually quick. That's what I was really worried about. I thought it was gonna be like very grindy and like take forever. I already maxed out one of the characters, like builds and guns and stuff, and I've only been playing for 4 hours. So there's 4 characters, but other than that, I wish I could have done a real review, but yeah, check it out. It's fun. $30, $40.
Check out the Let's Play if you want to check that out. We got that live. If you want to see the Let's Play, I mean, it's like 40 minutes of gameplay, so you'll get a good idea if you want to check it out. Last thing I will say, though, because I have been showing Restaurants a lot of love on the show, I know there were some concerns last time because they were going to wipe our whole restaurant. They did do the update, and we're good.
Woo!
They figured out a way. They figured out a way to do what they wanted to do and not wipe our restaurant. So thank you guys for that. We appreciate that.
Oh, one more thing. I don't know if anybody notices in the back. It's getting bare back there because I'm moving next week. So I wanted to apologize if it sounds a little more empty, like echoey, because I've taken a lot of things out of this room. And so I threw blankets and pillows in here to help absorb some of the bounce, the hollowness of the room. So I just want to say that. Apologize if it sounds bad.
Sounds great. And we are patiently awaiting the fourth? This would be the fourth rendition of Adam's setup for this podcast.
The original, my mom's basement, my friend's house, the first setup, the second setup, this setup, seventh.
The seventh.
The seventh
iteration of this podcast setup.
It's kind of cool. We have some good ideas. I really like the navy blue background. So I might paint the wall like that again. But anyway, that's for next week's episode, or 2 weeks from now.
I dig the blue. I can't wait to see it.
All right, let's get into this. Horror game, Halloween, the asymmetrical killer game. Dave, I'm going to be honest.
You're not interested.
It's not that I'm not interested in. Why does it feel like this game is going to do bad? Do you feel the same way?
I don't.
Well, shoot. Debate time.
This is great debate for the podcast. I think there's a lot of questions around this game, specifically because of what happened to Friday the 13th. So I think that there is at least a little section, and warranted, you know what I mean, of people that are very worried that this game is going to end up the same way that Friday the 13th did. But and if you guys don't know, basically Friday the 13th was done by IllFonic, who is the same creator of this game. They are also making IllFonic, so you'll see a lot of similarities, and that's why people are comparing the games. But I'm not really sure if people know what exactly happened on Friday the 13th.
Not copyright. It was like licensing issues, wasn't it?
It wasn't so much licensing issues. So that's what everybody is kind of saying. Like there was, I mean, yes and no. There's issues with licensing and stuff. But essentially what happened is the producer, I have his name written down. There was an issue between the director and the writer. So the director was Sean Cunningham and the writer was Victor Miller. And essentially they were controlling the IP, what they wanted to happen, right? And they got into this legal battle, and because they got into the legal battle over the IP, the game wasn't allowed to create any new content. So the game didn't actually get shut down. The game just wasn't able to like give refreshes to people. They weren't able to like include new maps, like include new storylines, like include new survivors for people to play with. And like in an asymmetrical horror game, like look at DBD, like that's what keeps that game alive. Like nothing changes about that game. It's just like, okay, we got new maps, we dropped new killers, like, you know what I mean? Like the asymmetrical horrors kind of need that refresher, that fresh coat of paint to like keep people interested. And Friday the 13th wasn't able to do that. Like the devs weren't able to create the content for it. So the game didn't really get shut down because of licensing issues. The game just kind of died.
Did it? Okay, I know it kind of just died because of that. Do you think it also died because there's only so much you can do with the same killer every time? Because like with DBD, you get new survivors, you get new killers. Like I feel like that's much more exciting than the same killer over and over. And kind of like you don't hear much about Texas Chainsaw Massacre anymore because it's the same 4 people over and over.
That part I do understand. There is going to be a little bit of that. I mean, there's going to be a fatigue with you guys, with like playing as Mikey the entire time. But I think what IllFonic did is they took their experience from Friday the 13th and they figured out a way to enable that same style of gameplay where you are only one killer, or you are only a set of 5 different survivors. And they've really kind of shown me that they've given enough thought into this and enough variety and enough things specifically that I don't know if the fatigue is going to happen like that.
I don't know if it won't, because I just did a quick Google search. Texas Chainsaw Massacre got their final update already. And it's only been out for 3 years. Like there's no more content being released for that. Do you think this IP is stronger?
I do think Michael Myers has a stronger, like the Halloween franchise does have a stronger following than Texas Chainsaw, I would say. But also in the grand scheme of things, like I don't know if they expect the shelf life of this game to be any longer than that. Like I think we'd have to talk to the developers of Texas Chainsaw and say, guys, when you're creating this game, how long did you think the shelf life was going to be? Because in a game where it's, you know, like this, where you're only playing as one character, you're only playing as a few survivors, and there's only a few settings that you could do. This isn't like DVD where you can keep continuously updating. Now you can add new maps and stuff like that, but like I would be curious to know their thoughts when they created it. Like, what did you guys believe the shelf life of this game was going to be? Did you hit it? Did you come up short? Did it go way longer than you actually thought it would be? Because for me, 3 years sounds pretty good for Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, I guess you're right, especially because it wasn't as big of a game as Dead by Daylight. It probably wasn't as expensive as, or I guess DBD's not that expensive either. But I just think that the formula that DBD has is going to be very hard to replace, given the fact that they have so many IPs bought into it, whereas Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Killer Clowns game, and Halloween, it's all very specific to one IP, and they won't be able to bring in other IPs unless, I wonder if they could do something like the asymmetrical killer, have 2 killers, Jason. Oh, that's Jason versus Freddy. Well, I was trying to go there, trying to combine Michael Myers and Jason in a way somehow, but I don't know. I just think, so what you're saying is this game doesn't need to have the shelf life of DBD. It's gonna be fun to play for a little bit, and then you're gonna move on after you get your $20 worth, $30 worth, or whatever.
My expectation of this game is like, this is a game that I will probably play for like a year, maybe 2 years, and then like for me, I've gotten my fill of it, and I'm just curious if the developers feel the same way, or if this is really a project that they think is going to maintain a certain shelf life. Now, if they do some sort of collaboration where they bring in Freddy or they bring in Jason or something like that, like you talked about, I mean, that could definitely extend the shelf life of the game. But in the grand scheme of things, I just don't know. I just don't know if expectations are too high, because I think for most people, a 3-year shelf life on this game would be substantial.
Most games, if you have a shelf life of 3 years or more, is incredible, especially nowadays, because people, they always call, this is the next Call of Duty, this is the next Halo, next Overwatch, and then they just flop. Like we look at it with X Defiant, we look at it with Splitgate. It's like games like that, they are going to be the next big thing, and then they die. Whereas this, like we've been saying, like you said, it doesn't have to be the next Dead by Daylight. It's just got to be a game that people enjoy for some sort of time and then move on.
And you have to look at it in the sense of like what the developers are doing. Now, I'm not going to say that like creating any game is hard. You know what I mean? So like, I don't want to throw shade on any developers, but creating an asymmetrical horror game like this is not nearly in depth as like a AAA title. You know what I mean? You're working on some mechanics, you're working on a few maps, you're working on, character design. Like you're working, it's a game. You know what I mean? It's a game, but it's not like you're not looking at a AAA title. Like this isn't GTA. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't take that amount of time and that amount of money to make it. So for them, like I said, 3 years could be a fantastic run and everybody's, popping champagne like, oh my God, we made it so long. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. For me personally, that's how I feel.
Well, I'm gonna roll the trailer a little bit if you want to talk about some of the gameplay mechanics and stuff. But yeah, this is the final gameplay reveal of it. Or sorry, it's not the final gameplay. It's early stuff. So
early stuff, but if you guys are just listening, we're watching the trailer right now. I think the trailer itself looks fantastic. Number one, I think Haddonfield looks great. I think they nailed the look. I think they nailed that John Carpenter vibe. Like it feels like how it should feel. I think the character design on Mikey looks fantastic. I like that they went with the traditional outfit. Everything looks like it's going to be in place. And like I said, this game is going to be developed by IllFonic, published by Gun Interactive. So, it does have a reputable studio behind it, so just ease concerns there. It's going to release on September 8th, 2026 on PS5, Xbox, PC, Steam, and Epic. Other than that, I think the big things to really look at is like, number one, yes, this does remind me a lot of the Friday the 13th game. And I think specifically for most players that played the Friday the 13th game, you're going to see a lot of similarities. But what I really think it needs to be focused on is the differences between the game, right? So as you're watching this trailer, you're kind of getting more of this idea of, I almost want to say that this is like Friday the 13th meets Dead by Daylight.
Mm-hmm.
This is hard to explain. It's it's like Friday the 13th, but there's elements of so many different other games in here. Like there's stealth aspects of this game that are kind of like reminiscent of like Counter-Strike. Like there's like DBD stuff in here, like using the flashlights and like hiding, and I don't know, it just looks like Friday the 13th game on steroids is what it looks like to me. Yeah. I feel like they adopted a lot of mechanics from like very classic asymmetrical horror games and like other games that have been very popular and kind of merged this whole idea together.
What I'm going to say is I think you're right. It definitely nails the fact that it feels like Halloween, and it has those quintessential like jump scare moments. He moves. I don't really understand like his teleportation, like what do they call it? His jump phase or something like that.
Oh, the shape. Yeah, the shape jump.
Yeah, the shape jump. I don't understand that too much, but the way he walks and the way he kind of like appears is very quintessential of how Halloween Michael Myers moves. So I think that's really cool. And I think that the game definitely has elements that are good in the sense that, sure, it feels like Friday the 13th, but it feels like Friday the 13th like it should have been, and the way that it could have been if they were able to continue on. And now the thing that I wonder is how much, what was I going to say? Do you think that being the killer is going to be more fun than being the survivors? Because to me, like, I feel like saving the residents is kind of a boring task, if that's it. Because that's like the main premise. Like, as a civilian, your goal is to save other civilians and let them escape.
This is a great question. I mean, I think it's really going to come down to personal preference, right? Because we see this a lot in DBD. Like, you have survivor mains and you have killer mains, and you have people that prefer to be killers, people that prefer to be survivors. Then you have people like me that I liked playing both sides. You know what I mean? Like, I jump in and I'll play survivor, and then I'll switch over and play a couple of matches as killer. I think the way that the game is set up, I would have to say that you're going to have a fun time whether you're a killer or a survivor, because the thing that they really talked about in this game, right, is the idea that you as players really kind of control the flow of the game, in the sense of the way that they set this up. Michael is very Michael is very incentivized by stalking. So that like that's one of the things. And the setting up of those classic jump scare moments, it really that's really like what you want to do in this game, because it will give you perks and it'll give you unlockables and stuff like that. But just in the sense of like, that's what makes it fun, you know what I mean? And especially if you're playing with your friends, like, I don't know, if you're playing with your friends, like you don't necessarily just want to run in there and stab everybody. Like it'll be funny if you're just like in the kitchen and I'm playing as Mikey and all of a sudden like I'm looking at you through the window and you're like, oh my God, like those it's set up to give you those like opportunities to really almost make this like, it's almost like you can make it like a movie. You know what I mean? Like you can set it up so that
it's cinematic as you play.
Yeah, like a great Mikey isn't just going to run in and just murder you right away. You know what I mean? Like a great Mikey is going to give you these jump scare moments, like where she saw like you're running out of the garage and Mikey was like right around the corner. Or he busts through the door, or like you look out the window and you just see his face and then you turn around and he's gone. Like that's what I think like a great Mikey player is going to give you. He's going to give you those moments of like, oh my God, I'm actually terrified right now. Like, oh my God, that jump scare was so good. You know what I mean? So I think players are going to have a fun time no matter what side of the coin they're on. Now, the same thing happens in DBD, right? Like because the players are in such control of how the match operates, there's no doubt that you're going to load into a match and you're going to get a try-hard Mikey that's going to murder everybody in 4 seconds. And that match most likely is going to suck. But, like, it's the same kind of feel as DBD. Like, you will get those fun matches that, like, really make it fun to play. And specifically if you're playing with your friends, like, if you can find 5 people or 3 people and, like, one of you guys take turns being Mikey and just, like, you know what I mean? Like, if me and you are playing, I'm not going to run in there and murder you in 4 seconds and be like, haha, Adam's dead.
Right, you're gonna tease me a little bit.
Yeah,
and,
you know, like
chase me around.
Yeah,
you're gonna set it up. You're not gonna just jump in there and, like you said, murder balls me and say, all right, game over. This is boring.
That's no fun. I mean, it's good that they give the ability to the players to control the flow of the game. It's also bad that they give the ability to the players to control the game because you never know what you're gonna get. But yeah, a lot like DBD, I think you're gonna get some garbage matchups. I think you're gonna get some great matchups, and I think if you're just playing with friends, like, everybody's going to have a great time.
One thing that I thought was really cool, the way Michael can execute like the characters is very like fatality-esque. Like you get to pick how you're going to murder these people and slam them to like the fridge or cut them open. And I thought that was really cool. And one aspect that I thought was pretty interesting. So if you die, you become either like one of the NPCs or you become the cop, which I thought was kind of interesting.
A little bit about the gameplay, because there's lots of stuff to unpack here. First off, starting as Mikey, if you are playing as Mikey, there's just a few things you could do at the beginning of the match. So this is interesting in the sense of this is different from DBD because there will be playable characters that are your targets, but there's also random NPCs, right? So there are going to be random computer controlled people within the map that you're going to be able to interact with. Now you can do all types of things. You can kill those people. You could completely ignore them. You could do whatever you want to do, but there will be people that are not real players, which is pretty different from any asymmetrical horror game that I've ever played. I've never ran into NPCs as a killer. So they have that there, but at the beginning of the match, you're going to have specific civilians that are marked. Now those marked targets are the ones that you're definitely going to want to kill because those are the ones that give you specific perks. A lot like Adam was talking about. If you are able to kill those marked survivors, you'll get buffs. If you're able to do what they're calling is the stalk. So if you're able to kind of provide those jump scare moments. So they incentivize the jump scare moments where you can get your stalk meter higher. And based on these two things, as you have them stack, it's going to give you the opportunity to do more creative kills, like the ones that we saw where throwing the weight down on them. You know what I mean? It's going to be different than just stabbing people, right? So like the one with the fridge and everything like that, those are all stackable things. So it really does incentivize kind of playing around the way that we want to play around with this. And specifically just not murdering everybody in like 4 seconds, which is great. So those are your stackables. A lot like Adam was talking about, you do have the shape jump. Now, if you played Friday the 13th, you know that this is a mechanic in the game. Essentially, what can happen is when you jump into the shape jump, you are basically undetectable. So you can slide through the entire map without being seen. And when you pop out of that, there you are. I mean, you can be right there. Now, the thing with that is it is great because honestly, it's a 1v4. So, you're at a disadvantage playing as the killer. So being able to move throughout the map a little bit faster than just walking around makes a lot of sense to me. And also being able to kind of teleport through in certain areas really kind of gives you the ability to do those jump scare moments. So like if I chase you into a garage, right, and you're running through a house and you pop out the back door and all of a sudden I'm standing right there, that's a great jump scare moment. And I use the jump to do that. You know what I mean? The only thing about it is a lot like DBD, I need to know how often you're able to do that, because if you're able to do it almost at will, it feels a little OP. But if they figure out a way to have a cooldown on that so you can't do it all the time, I feel like it's a good mechanic for the game.
I think also on top of that, kind of going to the survivor aspect, basically kind of what you were saying, like it depends on the people you play with. Do you think that if you play the killer, you'll run into being bullied a lot more? Kind of like it showed in this trailer here a little bit. It showed all the survivors just beating up on him. Do you think that'll happen more often than not? Or do you think it's kind of similar? If you're the killer, you can go murder everybody, or kind of on the flip side as the survivor, you think it plays into that as well?
See, I think you're going to have a lot of different match types with this game specifically, and it shows in all of the trailers. So like I said, I think they've done enough and given enough variety that this isn't going to feel like you're not going to get a lot of fatigue from this, I don't think, because there's so many different things that can happen. Like, for instance, like if you're playing as Michael, right? So one of the things you need to keep in mind is your body count, right? So if you start hacking away at NPCs and you start killing everybody, the higher the body count gets, the more the NPCs in the game and the players in the game get buffs. They get more aggressive. Like the cops start showing up. So like if you jump into a match and you just start going murder ball, like, yes, then there's going to be a chance where like there's a lot of angry people at you and the cops are going to show and there's going to be a lot of police and it's going to be overwhelming. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think it's a little bit of a control to keep Mikey's from going super ham right off the bat. You know what I mean? Also in the sense of like, I don't love the fact in DBD that really the only thing that you can do is kind of, well, no, I don't want to say that. I think it needs to be like this. Like it needs to be so that the survivors have a chance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because these matches feel like they're going to be so much longer, I do feel like the survivors need to be a little bit more powerful.
That's honestly one of my deterrents of playing these games is like, I feel like I want to be able to fight back. And with this one, it looks like you can fight back. Yeah, you can't kill him, but it slows him down. It helps you escape faster. It helps you get the civilians out. So I think that's really neat. And I feel like there should be more asymmetrical games that do that. But overall, man, I don't think it looks like a bad game. I think I was just genuinely concerned of, one, the shelf life. But like you like explained, it doesn't need to be a Dead by Daylight shelf life. And I think, again, and then just explaining the fact that it will be fun most games, but also there's gonna be some games that you hate or rounds that you hate because of how people play. And that's like you said, it's the player controlling the game, not so much the game controlling the player. So
yeah, and that's pretty typical of most multiplayer games. When you guys load in, everybody's kind of controlling the pace. Everybody's kind of controlling the flow. You can be cool. You can be aggressive. You could be a try hard. You could do nothing. I mean, you can ghost. Like, those are problems that you run into in every game. I mean, everybody's loaded into a COD lobby and you got someone AFK just sitting there and you're like, why?
Come on.
Why are you playing right now, dude?
Especially search and destroy. That's the worst.
Yeah.
When you're doing search and destroy.
Yeah. Or, you load into a COD lobby and you're in like a capture the flag and nobody even cares about the flag. They're all just shooting each other. Yeah. And you're just like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you even playing this game mode? Or you load in DBD and like there's somebody just hiding in a locker, like
farming.
Yeah. It's just, you run into this with all games. So I think, yeah, of course you're going to get a little bit of this in this game, but I don't know. I think the overall experience is going to be really fun. And just touching on Survivor a little bit, like Adam said, If you do die as a survivor, it's not game over. You do get to come back. Now you get to come back in limited fashion. So, I mean, you're not 100% of what you were before you died, but you're still you're not just sitting there waiting for the match to be over with, which is kind of cool. You can either come back as a police officer, or you could come back as Dr. Loomis, which I think is pretty cool. If you look at all the trailers, I think they did kind of bring a lot of aspects from DBD into the Survivor specifically. We saw what appears to be perk cards in a section of the trailer, which I thought was pretty cool. So these survivors will have kind of unique abilities that's going to help you throughout the situation. We also saw hiding spots, kind of like DBD lockers. There's obviously flashlights, which is quintessential DBD. There's weapons hidden throughout. Like, there's a lot of things that you can do, and a lot like the Friday the 13th series. There are very specific items that you need to find throughout the map in order to open up the ways to escape. That was 100% like Friday the 13th, so they carried that over, and I think it's really fun. I think it's a good idea. Instead of just like opening up a gate, like you need to find very specific items. You got to find keys to start the car, to it gives it an objective, and it gives the killer a little bit of time to play with you. It looks like a lot of fun. I'm excited about it. Yeah.
Unlike DBD, like this, the overall objective DBD is the same every single round. Whereas the objective is the same, but the way you get there in this game is going to be a bit different.
Multiple different ways to get there. Multiple different NPCs to interact with that you can join up with. You could throw them to the wolves. You could completely ignore them. You could fight Michael Myers. You could hide the whole time. You could gang up and work as a team. Everybody could split off and go 4 different ways. Like that, they really did give like a really good variety of things to do. So I'm super excited about the game.
Dave, you've eased my thoughts on it, especially after reading the comments saying it's going to be like Friday the 13th, but it's going to be like it in a good way, or the potential of being that way in a good way. It's like what Friday the 13th could have been.
What Friday the 13th could have been.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Yeah. Super excited about it. Halloween the Game drops September 8th, 2026 on PS5, Xbox, PC, Steam, and Epic.
Epic. Oh, we almost said the same word at the same time.
We almost did. We were so close.
That was very close. So we're going to do something new today. We're going to see if we can not say the same word. That was a terrible introduction, but Dave, don't say the same word as me. Horror edition.
All right.
So we have 5 topics here. Our first topic is hero villain. So let's go over the topics real quick. Hero villain, number of survivors, the setting, the weapon, and dead or alive. So if the survivors kill. Lose.
Hero villain. Am I picking a hero or villain, or am I saying hero?
Horror villain.
Oh, villain. Horror villain. Okay, I thought you said hero. Okay. Right.
Yeah, that'd be start off really hard from the beginning.
Okay.
All right. So obviously not in the same room, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Jason.
Freddy Krueger.
Okay.
All
right.
Okay.
Number of survivors. 1, 2, 3, 5.
6. Oh, that was close, dude. We were way closer than we thought. Okay. All right.
The setting. 1, 2, 3. House.
Woods.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
We're a little off on that one. That's
all right.
okay.
It's all right. We're good.
All right. Weapon. 1, 2, 3. Meat
Pickaxe.
hook.
Okay.
Ooh,
all right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Now the challenge. The challenge starts here. Dead or alive. 1, 2, 3. Dead.
Alive. Let's go.
Woohoo!
Let's go.
I honestly thought as I was saying dead, I was like, shoot, Dave might say dead because as a horror fan, but we did it.
I went against my instinct because I was 100% going to scream dead into the microphone, and then I was like, no, don't do it.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That was close.
That's fantastic.
The 5-6 number of survivors was crazy.
That was crazy. That was way closer.
Close.
That was way closer.
But let us know what you think about that segment. It was interesting. I saw it, and I was like, let me try it. Let's try it.
Yeah, no, that was fun. I like it. And we nailed it, so we look sweet.
Let us know in the comments what we should do next with that. Okay, I don't know what that was. Main topic number 2, the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Dave,
yep.
I'm going to be honest. I've been honest with these last 2 things. I don't have a bunch to say about this movie, but more so of like why I like them. Why I like the Minecraft movie, why I like the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And I think it's not so much because the plot itself is really good. I think that it just does, these movies have done, specifically like Mario Galaxy or the Super Mario movies and the Minecraft movie and some other movies based off of video games and stuff like that. I think they just do justice to what the games are by providing so much Easter eggs and fan favorite moments and things like that. Because like even like Angry Birds is far from a good movie, but people that played it and like really like got into it, I think it's a good testament of like what the fans are looking for, if that makes sense. It's like, oh, I raced on Mario or Rainbow Road and here it is. Oh, here's Yoshi. So I think that's really neat.
I don't specifically have anything bad to say about it either. I don't specifically have anything good to say about it either. I mean, it's one hand washes the other, but I think, like you said, these movies do a good job at what people want, and I think what people want really is just that nostalgia hit and to see the Mario world come to life. And I think it does a fine job at that.
We'll let the trailer roll. I honestly like don't know much about the story aside from the fact that I think it's Bowser Jr. trying to save his dad, and it's the whole aspect of just bringing more to the big screen, I think is what is really cool to me. And like you just see all the Easter eggs of Rosalina's in this, Yoshi, baby, or Bowser Jr., Star Fox is in it, and I just think that's what's cool.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't specifically have anything bad to say about it. I think it does what the movie needs to do. Now, if you guys don't know, Super Mario Galaxy, the movie, drops on April 1st, 2026. It's collaboration with Nintendo and Illumination, same as the first movie. Going way bigger this time. They're leaving the Mushroom Kingdom. They're going into a galaxy. So, I mean, This is Super Mario Galaxy, like it should be. I don't specifically think story-wise that there's anything to write home here. I think the most interesting part to me is, number one, this movie's got big shoes to fill, dude. Like this movie's got big shoes to fill. The first movie grossed 1.36 billion worldwide. So I'm not sure if they're going to be able to top that. I think that's kind of the goal, obviously, is to really cash in on the hype of the first movie and try to replicate the success. The next thing that I'm really interested about, and you touched on it, that Star Fox is in this movie. Is this really a sequel to the Super Mario Brothers movie, or is this introduction of the galaxy and the seeing of other familiar characters like Star Fox, is this Nintendo's way of setting up their own universe, kind of like the MCU? Is this the way that Nintendo sets up their MCU?
I didn't think of it like that, and I think the short answer is yes.
Yeah.
I think because, one, Star Fox is a really good IP to essentially create a movie universe from as well, if that makes sense. I really hope that it does it. If it's going to, I really hope it doesn't do it to the extreme of the MCU. Granted, they pump out Mario games like it's the MCU. Like there's tons and tons of Mario games, so why not? Let's capitalize on the first one and the first movie, and let's just keep pumping them out. Let's get Star Fox. Let's get Zelda movies. Let's start incorporating all this Nintendo IP into its own universe and blend it all together. I really hope it doesn't. I think it's going to. Now that you brought it up, it just makes sense that why not? Especially because Star Fox fans that see this are going to be super hyped, and Nintendo fans are going to be really hyped. I think they have the leash to start it, but I don't want them to extend the leash as much as they did with the MCU. Like I want quality. If they keep releasing, and I'm not saying like this movie's quality, but if it gives the fans what they want each time, then that's one thing. But if they're just pumping them out like, yeah, let's Super Mario Galaxy the 10th. Oh, but let's spin it off with Star Fox 4 now. Like, I hope it doesn't turn into something like that. But I think that as of right now, it still has the weight of being what the fans want, especially with Mario Galaxy. It's a well-received video game, very well-received Mario rendition, if that makes sense. But I really hope it doesn't turn into quantity over quality and just picking from the money tree. Like, let's just squeeze the orange as much as we can. I don't want it to turn into that. But it very well could, just based off of, like you just said, is it going to open the doors? Is it going to open the floodgates is the question.
That's what I think. I think it's going to open the floodgates. And don't get me wrong, guys. Like, I'm sitting here as a OG retro game player. Like, I grew up on Nintendo. You know what I mean? And I want this to some extent. Like, I would love to have a Zelda series. You know, I would love to have a Zelda series. I would love to have a Star Fox series. I would love to have a Metroid series. Like, I think these IPs are rich for films. You know what I mean? But what I don't want is them to get all thrown into this same bucket, because I'll be honest, like, I would love a Zelda movie, but I don't know if I want it in the style of Illumination. Like, I would love, I think the MCU has a little bit more leeway because all their stuff is live action, right? So, like, even though they are pumping it out, like, it's still live action. It's like, to have this new animation style be the pillar stone of your universe, it's like, can you even do that? Can you flip-flop back and forth from live action to animation and still have it coexist together? Like, if you do that, does it get weird? All right, no, if you can't do that, so like now everything has to be in this Illumination animation format, and there's just certain franchises that I would love to see movies from, but I don't want to see them like that.
What do you mean? You don't want to see Toon Zelda?
Not really, no.
Toon Link?
No, I don't. Like, I would love, like I said, Super Metroid would be a phenomenal movie. Like, that storyline and that plot is ripe for a movie. Like, Samus is a great character, and like, I don't know, I just feel like it would lose. I don't know. I'd want to see that live action. Like, I feel like it would lose a lot in the animation side of things. Now, for Mario, it makes sense, but I don't know if every one of Nintendo's franchises it makes sense for.
I would agree. I think there's certain IPs that would definitely make more sense. Zelda would not. Metroid would not. I would even say Star Fox almost doesn't, but the way they're portraying it in this, sure, a little bit. But I would agree. It has to be done in a tasteful way and not just, let's just make it the NCU, the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. Like, it can't be the same as the MCU. Now, if they started with Mario being live action, sure. And then you can start doing that with everything, because everything's live action now. They're going to make Moana's coming out live action. Like, it's just like, I agree. It's got to be done in the right way, because I think Zelda would have a really good storyline. Metroid, let's see, I'm trying to think of other games. Like, there's just so much that Nintendo could do. An Animal Crossing's movie, why not?
But yeah, I mean, why not?
I really hope that if they're going to do that, it's going to be done in a very tasteful or a true testament to what the fans want. That's what I'm thinking. So,
and I mean, it's obvious that they're putting into this. You know what I mean? Like, the additions of Donald Glover, Brie Larson, like they're investing into actors, but it's still, I don't know. It still just doesn't hit right for me. Like I said, Mario, this makes a lot of sense. Like, the Mario franchise, animation makes a lot of sense. Super Metroid, it does not. Like, that is a far better live action movie. And I just think there's a lot of franchises. Nintendo owns a lot of IPs, and a lot of them are really ripe for the plucking. But I think, unfortunately, you have to find the right mix of live action animation, and I don't think that you can do that trying to set up what I believe is going to be the NCU, the NCU, the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, that I think that this movie is attempting to set up.
Only time will tell, I think. Like I said, I don't have a bunch to say about the movie except for that I'm excited for it because I enjoyed the first one in the aspect of like, oh yeah, Rainbow Road, like that's really cool. My son loves it. I love it. And to your question of will this do as well as the first one? I think it has the capability of being just as big as the first one, if not bigger, to be honest.
You think bigger?
Yeah, I think they're setting the stage to have more impactful moments, more Easter eggs, more fan favorite moments, and just the fact that they picked Mario Galaxy, I think is going to hold some huge weight, especially because the first one did so well and people weren't sure about it. So now the people, like the fans, are like, oh, you know what? It was actually good. I enjoyed watching it. And so I think looking at this trailer and the feedback or the comments I've been seeing is like people are excited about it just because of what they've already experienced.
I think it's gonna be good. I mean, the first movie was good. I think this movie is going to be good. I'm excited to see it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a long-term Nintendo fan. I'm an OG retro player. Like I grew up on this stuff. I think they did a great job. I just, like I said, I'm a little worried about the formation of the NCU. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Icky.
Yeah. Ew. Don't do it, Nintendo. If you're gonna do it the right way.
Yeah, do it the right way.
Don't give us a movie every 2 months and just mashing it together. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't give us the phases. Just like here and there. Oh, here's a Star Fox movie or here's a Metroid movie. Like do it like that. Don't do like, oh, here's phase 25 of the MCU. Like, we don't need 10 more Captain America movies or 10 more Spider-Man movies.
Quality over quantity is always the way, guys.
Other than that, Dave, I don't got nothing else to say about it.
No, should be good. Super Mario Galaxy, the movie comes out April 1st, 2026.
That's next week?
I could have sworn it's... where is it streaming?
It's in theaters.
Yeah, no, all these movies are doing this now. It'll come out like in the theater and then like 3 months later it comes out on a streaming service. I think
probably Paramount, probably.
Yeah,
I think it's Paramount.
Is it Paramount?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, it definitely comes out in theaters on April 1st, so go check it out then. And I'm sure it'll be streaming on some platform like 4 months after that.
This video will be released, and then you will get to watch the movie.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. But, alrighty, Dave.
All right.
Do you have something for me?
Yeah, leave the comments down below what you guys are thinking about the whole NCU idea. I'm curious to know your thoughts. And because we are talking about Mario, there's only one thing that we could do. Adam, you know what it is, right?
Yes, I do.
We are going to have Adam guess the top 10 Mario games ever, according to IGN.
According to IGN, our favorite.
Our favorite.
They are helping us so much.
I think you could actually do this one pretty easily.
Let's get started here. Let's just go Mario Galaxy.
On the list, number 5.
The original Mario Brothers, like Super Mario?
Super Mario Bros. On the list, number 8.
Number 8. Wow, they put that really low.
They did.
Let's go Mario 64.
Mario 64, definitely on the list, number 4.
Paper Mario?
Paper Mario is surprisingly not on the list.
Not on the list. Interesting. Okay.
There's another one not on the list that I'm a little upset about, but we'll talk about it later.
Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, number 1.
Bang. Number 1.
I'm trying to figure out if I agree with this or not. I don't think I agree.
Yeah.
I know you got to give it love because it's the SNES version, but like I don't think it's the best one. It's a great one, not the best.
There's no like Mario Karts on here, is there?
No, all straight Mario games.
Okay, all Mario games. Let's go Dr. Mario?
Not on here.
Wow. Okay. They didn't do like Luigi's Mansion or anything like that, right?
All Super Mario games.
What about like Mario 3DS, like the DS version? New Super Mario Bros.
No.
Okay, good. So they're doing okay so far.
Yeah, they're not
Let's
doing
go Super Mario 3.
Definitely on the list, number 3.
I feel like I'm missing big bangers here. No, not too bad.
Not too terrible.
They didn't make a...
I'll give you a hint. One of the games that you already said, the sequel is on here too.
Oh, Mario Galaxy 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I honestly, like, I was questioning myself. I was like, is that actually a game?
Yeah, they counted it as number 6.
Okay, what about a Super Mario Maker?
No, not on the list.
I'm okay with that not being on the list.
I'm okay with that either.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that
Let's go... Not Mario Wonder. Did they put that on here?
Nope.
That 3D Mario. Like the newer Mario. What is that one called? Is it 3D Mario? The one with like Bowser's Fury?
There's 2 3Ds on here.
Oh, what's the one with Bowser's Fury?
You want me to just give it to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, there's 3D World, which is 7, and 3D Land, which is 10.
Really? I didn't know there's 2. I've only played 3D World. Oh, and I bet Mario Odyssey. Is that on there?
Odyssey is number 2. So you just need You just need one. One of my favorites.
It's not Super Bros. Mario 2, right?
No, GameCube era.
Oh man, give me a hint. I mean, that was a hint, but
Day.
Oh, Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, how did I forget about that one?
Sunshine is number 9.
Okay. I honestly, the list isn't too terrible.
I don't think this is bad. I would probably flip out one of Super Mario Galaxies with Super Mario RPG. I think that deserves to be on the list. I think it's a really unique interpretation of Mario.
I would also think I would really like Mario 64 to be higher. Where was that at? 5 or 6?
At 4.
Yeah, I think that could be up at 2 or 3.
I would probably put it at 2, maybe even push number 1.
Yeah,
that might be number 1 for me.
But overall, I mean, there's only so many good Mario games. But to be honest, it's not a bad list.
In the grand scope of IGN lists, this is not terrible. Y'all did okay here.
We should start ranking the list of
we should start
IGN
ranking
lists.
the IGN list.
But all right, let us know in the comments what you think about that Mario games or the best Mario games according to IGN. Yeah, I think Paper Mario could have been on there. There's a lot. So.
Paper Mario definitely should have been on there.
All right, Dave. Lords of the Fallen 2. This is your type of game. You liked the first one a lot, didn't you?
I loved the first one. I mean, I loved it so much. We did the Let's Talk Nerdy did a 47 episode series Let's Play on the entire thing. So if you guys haven't played the first game yet and you want to check it out, check that out because there's a lot of videos there.
There's a lot of videos.
There's
and
a lot
we
of videos there.
And we also did you did a name the top 5 bosses in it, and we got some slack for that.
Yeah, we did a ranking of the top 5 bosses in that game, top 5 hardest bosses in that game. Yeah, we get a lot of slack on that.
All right, Dave. I guess my first question before we get into it. Do you need to play the first one to play this one?
Fantastic question. So, the first thing that you need to know is that this game, Lords of the Fallen 2, is actually the 3rd game in the series, so don't let the 2 throw you off, but the first game is so long ago that it's fine, don't even worry about it. This takes place nearly 100 plus years after the events of Lords of the Fallen 2023, and it takes place in a completely different location with a completely different character. So you really have no need to play the first game if you haven't played it yet. Now, if you are interested in this sort of game and you haven't played it yet, I think it's a great game to play while you wait because you'll get a feel of the mechanics and stuff like that. And it just really was like a fantastic game. I don't understand why this game got so much slack. In the Souls-like community, this game did get a little bit of slack for some reason. I thought it was fantastic. So while you're waiting, you can play the first game, 2023, but you do not need to in order to play number 2.
Did it get so much slack because from what I was reading is like it was filled with like bugs when it first was released, bugs and kind of like quirks and stuff like that? Or is it just more so the gameplay itself?
I think it's the gameplay itself. So when it comes to Souls-likes, this one is a little slower. You do move a little slower, like you feel a little heavier, and I think a lot of Souls fans didn't like that. But I kind of enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Once you got to feel the pacing, like it still felt like a Souls game, like how it should feel. Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit slower, but you know, once you get that rhythm and once you get that timing and that pacing down, it feels like how it's supposed to feel to me. It didn't feel clunky or heavy. Like that's what people said. It felt clunky and heavy, but like I didn't feel.
But that was by design, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, you're just moving a little bit slower. No, I mean that probably has a little bit to do with me always being a strength build, so I'm used to being a little bit slower anyway because I like to bonk stuff hard. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel clunky or weighted down. Yeah, I felt like it was fine.
Oh, let's trailer roll.
Yeah. I
don't know what this is, the Umbrella teaser. So, which I think you explained the Umbrella to me last time. It's kind of like Stranger Things upside down.
Yeah, this is the Umbrella teaser. So essentially what's going to happen, same thing as the first game. And this is why I thought the game mechanic was really cool, right? Because in all of these separate areas, you are able to bust in what's known as umbral status. And essentially what it is, it's almost like an upside down, same idea, Stranger Things, where you're in the same environment, but you're in a completely different plane of existence and everything looks a little bit different. Everything controls a little bit different, feels a little bit different. So it was really fun to me because one of the things that I really love in Souls games is this like idea of exploring and trying to find, you know, certain things, hidden items, NPC quests, like carrying out quest lines, things like that. The travel in between the bosses to me is really fun. So the idea that I essentially got to do everything twice. Like I would go through, I would explore an area, I would get to the boss fight, and then I'd be like, okay, I gotta pop back and I gotta explore the entire area again in Umbral status, and things would be different, you know what I mean? So you really got to experience the worlds that they created because you essentially went through them twice, and I think it's a fantastic idea.
Now, with that, do you have to go into Umbral status a lot? Or, I mean, I'm sure there's certain moments where you have to, but kind of how you played it. Like, let's say I got to the boss, did I have to go back into the Umbral status, or could I just continued on without it?
So there's certain moments in Lords of the Fallen when you do need to be in Umbral status, but I think one of the things that Lords of the Fallen does really good, and specifically what they've carried into this game and that even improved upon in this game, is Lords of the Fallen always lets you know what you need to do progression-wise. So they make it very obvious that you need to be in Umbral status in certain spots, and in spots where they don't, you don't have to do that. It's like completely optional. Now, your Umbral status is where you're going to find a lot of like good loot, armor sets, specifically NPC quests, things like that. Like you are going to find a lot of things. So if you're a hunter, like a 100%er, you're a collector, definitely going to want to pop into Umbral status whenever you can and make sure you explore everything. But if you're really just focused on like, I just really like the storyline and I just want to like fight stuff and progress, like it'll let you know when you have to. And if it doesn't let you know, like you don't have to.
So the Umbral status is harder than this is a real world?
Yeah, like the real world. So yeah, when you're in Umbral, the enemies are stronger, and that's why they hide the good loot there, right? The traversal is a little harder, the platforming's a little harder, the enemies hit a little harder, like they have more, like you take more damage, like you get nerfed when you go into Umbral, so it's dangerous, but like with great risk comes great reward. That's why they hide all the good stuff there.
Is it more punishing if you die in there? Do you lose more stuff or not really?
Yeah, but you know what, dude? Like, it's not more punishing in the sense of like, I don't know. I think as Souls players, I think most Souls players kind of feel the same way. Death like doesn't matter in Souls games. You know, like you're supposed to die. You're supposed to die 147 times. Like
now, will you die 100 or 247 times in the Umbral?
Yeah, you're gonna die more in Umbral for sure. But I wouldn't be afraid of death in the sense of like, this isn't like you die and you lose everything. Like you're gonna lose a little level up mats, like you're gonna lose some progress. But other than that, like you can just grind up some, like every Souls game is like this. Like you can just grind up some souls and like work back to where you were when you died.
That's fair.
Yeah, dying isn't the hugest thing.
Yeah, if you don't like dying, don't play Souls like Adam.
Basically.
Yeah, I go to Spider-Man because I know I can beat it without dying once. So
well, yeah, but I mean, you're supposed to die. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So this game specifically brings in like a lot of the aspects of Lords of the Fallen, the original one that I really liked. Gameplay mechanics, all that stuff. All the same storyline, looks fantastic. The Umbral status looks fantastic. This world specifically is going to be a lot bigger than the original game, which I think is really cool. And they kind of broken this up into like 4 different biomes. Like I've kind of pieced this together by watching all the trailers. It looks like there's 4 very specific areas that you're going to be able to go to. One of them looks like this like overgrown jungle. One of them looks like a citadel style, like up in the mountains, like up in the sky. One is a desert, and one is like this old school, like feudal kind of like Japanese town looking thing. Like the environments look insane. Like they look really good and really rich and really full of content. And then you pop your Umbral status on top of that, you basically get to double it. So it's almost like there's 8 different biomes that you get to explore, which is a massive world for a Souls game.
It's almost like multiple games too. You know what I mean? You're like essentially playing it in 2 different games. Do you think that, well, because I felt like the first one we talked about the first one in our show as well, I felt like we talked about it in the sense that even then it felt like it was in depth and had a lot to offer. Do you think that this is like on a scale like 10 times more? Like, how do you feel like compared to the first one? How much more are they adding?
It's gonna be really hard until you get in there and kind of see exactly what they did. But I've looked at a lot of interviews from the devs and things that they talked about. When they did the first game, they honestly weren't too sure about it. In doing this second game, they know the success of the first game, and they know that there's a fan base, and they know that there's people excited about the second game. So, they are really looking to kind of take this next level. And Lords of the Fallen 1 is not a small game. Like it is no slouch. It offered a lot of content. It offered a lot of really great boss fights. I explored for hours. Like I said, the Let's Play series is 47 episodes, and I think like 95% of them were like 35 to 45 minutes long. So I mean, it's a massive amount of gameplay that you're getting. And then on top of that, adding 3 more biomes to it, and then doubling that up with the Umbral status, it's like this game could realistically be 5 to 8 times larger than the first game with the amount of content that it's going to offer. And like, if they do that, dude, you could play this game for hours. You get out like hours and hours of gameplay out of this game.
It'll be 120 episodes of the Let's Play.
Phenomenal. But yeah, if I could get through a Let's Play, yeah, it'll be great.
Okay, and then kind of going on that, so looking at, you said that it seems, or like people didn't like the game because it was slower. But when I was like, we were just watching this gameplay, I didn't feel like it was like, and I don't play Souls games. I felt like it didn't seem slow to me. Like, and it didn't seem clunky. What improvements do you think they need to make any improvements to the speed of combat to make it appeal to more gamers? Or you think they're going to stay true to what they've created and like that's their play style they're going for?
I wouldn't be surprised if they speed it up a little bit. And looking frame by frame, so I've kind of looked at the Lords of the Fallen trailers that are available at the moment. A lot of it doesn't have a lot of true gameplay in it, but just looking at it like kind of frame by frame, it does feel like the characters are moving a little bit faster. Now, I don't think they went specifically out of the realm of what players from the first game are used to. And I'm glad they didn't do that, because I think like true fans of the first game would be a little disappointed if all of a sudden you're rolling around with like Bloodborne status, like that level.
Roll.
Yeah, like that level of motion might be too much of a player shock, but it does look like they sped it up a little bit. I think they tried to find a nice middle ground where they did hear the concerns of players that said it did feel a little slow and a little clunky. They sped it up a little bit for them without losing what the gameplay from the first game really offered to fans that enjoyed that.
Now, what changes do you think that need to be made for this game to make it, what would make it even better? Aside from the amount of content they're giving, like what is your wish list item for this game?
So I actually only had one complaint about the first game, and it's actually I had 2 complaints about the first game, and it's actually the 2 things that they addressed, which is actually phenomenal. Because
Perfect.
they were the complaints that most players had. Now, number one, most players complained about the fact that the enemy variation felt a bit stale, felt a bit copy and paste. In the original game, they had 3 specific factions. In each faction, the enemy sets, they did feel a little monotonous. So they've addressed that. There's 7 factions in this game. They've added 4 more factions, so literally doubled and plus the amount of enemies in this game. And they really promise to deliver variation between enemies, so you don't feel like you're fighting the same characters over and over and over again. They've also done some improvements, new bosses. So in the original game, there are some, and if you guys don't know, Lords of the Fallen is a remake. In the original 2023 game, there are some boss battles in there that are directly from the original game, just with a little reskin and a little minor shift in movement. They've eliminated all of that. All of the bosses are brand new design, brand new movesets, so you're not going to go into any fight being like, I know how to beat this guy. Like, they've eliminated that. And the one thing that was a little annoying about the first game was they did a great job at telling you when you needed to go into Umbral status, but they did a really not great job of letting you know when your actions were, how do I put this? When your choices were very significant, when like they didn't let you know when you were making significant choices, right? So if you went into a certain boss battle at a certain time and killed the boss, it's like there was NPC quest lines that were just like wiped. You failed. Like, you know what I mean? Yes, they didn't let you know when you were getting to like points of no return, as I call them, when the world shifts or NPC quests are no longer available, or like, you know, you've lost out on specific loot. Like, they didn't really address any of that. You would just be like, oh, I'm progressing the storyline, and then all of a sudden, like, you'd go back and 3 of your NPCs were just gone, and they're just like, oh no, you failed those, and you're like, ah, oh, dude, that sucks. So like, one thing that they really did was they really put an emphasis on letting you know, and this is what they say, they really are gonna let you know when the choices that you're making are very big choices, and like what exactly is going to happen if you make those choices. So yeah, that's all the things that I was like worried about are fixed.
And I like when games do that. Like before the final mission's like, hey, you better go back or you won't be able to do this ever again. So I feel like, granted, with Souls-likes though, it's almost like, from like what you've explained to me and taught me of Souls-likes, it's like, yeah, but now that's hand-holding a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, in a way.
It is a little bit of hand-holding, but I think specifically for this franchise, I think I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Dark Souls is really great at hiding the lore. It's really great at like hiding the things. And like, I think one of the things that Souls players really hang their hats on is like knowing how to do all the quest lines, how to do all the things with the NPCs, where to find all the good loot, things like that. I think for your just general gamer though, I could see where that could get a little annoying. So I'm okay with them adding it here. Yeah. And specifically because Lords of the Fallen, they're saying that this game is going to be, you know, obviously going to be bigger, longer than the first game. The first game was long. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a Souls game where I did a second playthrough. Like I one and done. You know what I mean?
Because it was so long.
Because it was long, yeah. Like it was it took so long to get through it that like I didn't do a second playthrough. So in games like that where like, you know, like Dark Souls 3, I could run through my third. If I start in the morning, I could be on playthrough 3 by like 4 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So this game, like specifically, I don't know. I'm okay with them kind of letting players know.
So it's essentially setting it up so like you can put all your time into one playthrough, get your money's worth, and not feel like you missed out on that quest or that loot because it handheld you to the moment like, okay, I should wait a second before killing this boss. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And don't think of it as like true hand holding.
No, definitely not. It's just more so like it's giving you an element so you're not missing out on stuff. Like you don't want to progress the story and like, shoot, I just missed out on 2 hours of content because I was rushing this boss. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's like I said, don't think of it as true hand holding. It's not going to be like, oh, I go into this boss fight and then a box is going to pop up and be like, oh, you need to make sure that you go to this place and get this thing for this guy and then go back here and go to this NPC and you got to like, it's not going to hold your hand. It's not going to tell you what to do. It's just going to like the way that they've worded it. It's just going to be like, this quest will fail. If you,
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to hold your hand, but it is just going to give you like a heads up. Like, hey, if you care about this, you got to figure out some stuff before you come here.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, Looks very, very cool. I'm not exactly sure of the release date, sometime in 2026. But yeah, looks super, super sweet. And I am definitely excited about it.
Yeah. It's not a game I'll play, but it's a game that Dave will play.
Yep.
And Dave, let us know in the comments what you think about Lords of the Fallen, the original 2023 version, and this new one coming out. And let us know. But Dave, did you enjoy the beans last time?
I did not.
Well, guess what?
It's time to eat.
Yeah, it's time to eat, and I packed all mine, so I don't get to do it.
How dare.
Yeah, darn.
How convenient.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But all right, so we're gonna do the Impossible Quiz Souls-like edition.
I'm actually pretty nervous.
I have 4 questions for you, and
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, Dave. With how little knowledge I have of Souls-likes, I did not fact check these questions. So the people in the comments are going to have to let us know.
Listen, I got a bone to pick with you. I want you to look this up right now. What is Moneypenny's first name? Because I think I ate a bean for no reason. I think her name is Veronica Moneypenny.
I don't even remember the question, to be honest.
You asked
Jane. It's Jane.
Jane?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind. All right.
Yeah, we looked that up last time.
All right, I ate the bean for a good reason.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right,
and that was
fun.
a bonus question. That was your fault. So, Impossible Quiz, Souls-like edition. Again, I did not fact check these questions. One, because I don't know what I'm looking for. And two, I just didn't know what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But I have 4 questions here. It's broken down by 4 different games.
Okay.
Okay. So, you ready?
Ready?
Eat or answer the question right or pay the price.
Impossible Quiz, Souls-like edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Game number 1, question number 1, Dark Souls. Which obscure deity is known as the god of the struggle? Mentioned solely in the description of the Bloodbite ring.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Eldor.
Not even close. I hope I say the name. That's another thing. I hope I say the answers right because these names are a little bit different. Kreml.
No idea. No, there's no way I would know that. All right. Strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sucks to be you.
It's so much harder with your mouth closed. We realized we smacked a lot on the first one, and I'm trying not to do it.
It was a little bit obnoxious. As I was editing, I was like, man, my ears from both of us doing it. And then the puke noise I made, I almost had to turn off the whole episode. But
Definitely fish. Definitely fish.
definitely fish. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dave. All right. Question 2 from Bloodborne. Your favorite game of all time.
Let's go.
What was the name of the eccentric healing church hunter who secretly embraced the beast plague and designed the beast roar and beast claw weapons?
Alfred.
Nope, not Alfred. It's, I hope I say this right, Irreverent Izzy. Irreverent.
I should know the answers to these questions.
You sure should.
Old Band-Aid or pomegranate?
It's going to be a pomegranate. I'm giving you a good one here. Nope, I'm sorry.
No.
I tried.
How does everybody get good ones?
I got 2 good ones last time.
I feel like they know the box is coming to me and they're like, give them the all bad ones.
Yeah.
I don't even think I know what the pomegranate one tastes like.
Pomegranate one's actually pretty good. You should just keep trying the Band-Aid one until you
You're
get a good
funny.
pomegranate.
Yeah. That'd be a great idea.
Okay, question 3 from Elden Ring. Of the 16 ancient Crucible Knights, who originally served Godfrey? Only 2 are ever explicitly named in the game's item description. Name one of them.
Black licorice or... black licorice.
Let me give you the answer.
Yeah, what's the answer? I don't know. I have no idea.
Ordovis or Siluria?
There's no way.
I can't say it. I don't think I said those right.
That's fine. I wouldn't known them anyway. All right. Black licorice or burnt rubber?
Black licorice. It still sucks.
It's black licorice. It's not good, but it's better than burnt rubber.
Yeah, the one that you lick the ground floor or the
garage
shop floor.
No.
That's funny.
I'll take this. That's all right.
All right, number 4 and the last question here. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Before losing his arm and becoming the sculptor, what true shinobi name did he go by while training with the King's Fisher in the Sunken Valley?
There's no way I know that.
Take a guess. Take a random word guess. I'll give you a hint.
Give me a hint.
It kind of sounds like Sekiro.
Mekiro.
Sekijo.
Toasted marshmallow or stink bug?
I hope it's toasted marshmallow because that's one of the best tasting ones. Nope. All right.
I hate this quiz.
Quiz over.
Quiz over.
Hey, at least I only did 4 questions this time.
I got
instead
one
of
good.
6.
I got one good one. At least
Yeah,
I got one. I never get any.
To be honest, I wish you would have got the marshmallow. The marshmallow tastes so good.
It don't taste like this.
It really tastes like a burnt marshmallow.
I think you're rubbing it in.
I sure am. But let us know. Oh, geez. Oh, here we go with the noises.
Have fun editing that.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let us know in the comments if you got any of those questions right. I'm going to assume not. But also let us know in the comments if you fact checked them and if I messed it up completely. Dave actually probably got one right.
Hey, let me know if I got one right miraculously and Adam needs to eat a bean for redemption.
Yeah. For everyone I gave you the wrong answer, I have to eat a bean.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Deal. I like this.
Ooh, you know what would be even more fun, I think? Not even more fun.
But
More of a... We should do just random true or false. Do like 10 of them. You have 50% chance of how many you'll have to eat.
I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Notes for next time.
Notes for next time. Forza Horizon 6. Okay. I kind of just want to talk about the game a little bit. And kind of where some of the fans are with it and everything. And kind of like some things that I think that they are really missing out on. And I don't so much think it's the gameplay itself. I at this rate, I think there's only so much these racing games in general can do to the gameplay to make it feel new and refreshed. I think it's... Go ahead. I was just going to say, I think it's at a point where it's so... The gameplay itself is so polished. Is it perfect? No. But I think there's only so many things that they can change of how the game plays. And I think they're kind of reaching that limit, especially on this generation of consoles, PC, if that makes sense.
I don't disagree with you. Also, I have quite the bone to pick with this game. Do you know why?
Why?
This game comes out on May 19th, 2026 on Windows and Xbox. Not on PlayStation. PlayStation coming later.
Well, yeah, it's an Xbox title.
What?
Yeah, Forza's been Xbox titles for a long time.
Can we just get over that nonsense?
Okay, then why is Wolverine not coming on Xbox, Dave?
They can have it.
They're not going to.
Give Xbox Wolverine and give us Forza. I'm fine with it. Tradesies.
They're not going to do that.
All right.
Gran Turismo still isn't on Xbox.
You can't have Gran Turismo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't give and not... You can't take and not give. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm just saying, guys, it's a little late for the Xbox exclusives, all right?
Hey, eventually it'll be on the PlayStation. But, okay, so like I said, just going into the game just a little bit here. I'll let the trailer roll in the background. One, they're not showing much gameplay because I truly believe there's not much new to the gameplay that they can bring to the table at this moment.
I think a lot of the new additions to this are not gameplay. So it kind of makes sense that they're not showing a ton of gameplay. Right.
And so the biggest changes, or let's go into the world setting right now. I think Japan is such a cool setting for a game like this. I think just given that Japan has such a, almost like a, I don't want to say, it's got cars in general in Japan have such a following and such a culture that I think, I don't know why it hasn't been done sooner, to be honest. I feel like it's such a great idea and it's rich of environment. Like they're going to have Tokyo's downtown. It's going to have like different verticality of the mountains and true tradition or like modernized Japan. It's going to have traditional Japan. I think the vibe of it's going to have like very authentic feels of Japan, if that makes sense. So I think it's a really good spot to capture in terms of this type of game. But on the flip side of that, a lot of people from the limited gameplay that we've seen, they are really disappointed in the fullness of the Japan, like the Japanese roads and things like that. It feels like it's almost empty. And I feel like a lot of racing games are struggle with this in general, if that makes sense. If we can have, just kind of side tangent, if we can have hundreds and hundreds of zombies in a zombie shooter, why can't we have more realistic traffic? Not realistic, like, because obviously you don't want to be standstill traffic, but why can't we have a more full feeling, like, racing or driving game? Does that make sense? Like open world driving game. Do you think the capabilities still aren't there?
It seems to me like it would be way harder to do a bunch of cars than it would be to do a bunch of zombies.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you can carbon copy models, zombie models. They basically are doing the same thing. They're not really moving nearly as fast.
Okay.
The cars themselves, if you put carbon copies, if like you had 4 red you put like 4 Imprezas and like 3 yellow WRXs, like it would feel not weird. So you can't like carbon copy the way you can with character models. Also the way that the cars themselves move, the speed at which they're moving. trying to add any type of like unpredictability to that, yeah, it just feels like it might be a lot. And I think I don't know. I think you could do it, but I think if you did it, then you'd have more people complaining about frame rate. So it's like one hand washes the other.
That's just kind of where some of the complaints are. It's like it feels dead, and who knows, that might change as like they're getting close. Well, it's really close. I doubt it's going to change right now.
It's also you have to take into account we don't exactly know what we're looking at in all of the trailers. So like there's specific game modes in here, like there's drag races, there's time attacks, there's stuff like that. Like in a time attack situation, you probably want the roads empty, right? Because you're chasing clock, right?
And they're making it seamless. Like they don't want you to have to experience load times and things like that, which I love that when they do these like open world racing games. I like when it's just seamless and you just jump into a race or you jump into the time trials. I feel like that's really well done in a lot of racing games. Like the crew does it well. But okay, that's fair. That was just one of the talking points that fans are talking about is like, they don't want the roads to feel dead. But at the same time, you know what also kind of annoys me about these racing games? I hate how chaotic it can feel with other random people just racing through. Does that make sense? Like the way, and I get it, it's like a community game, but like, man, sometimes I just want to like kind of have like a chill drive. And I can load into a public or a private server or whatever and just drive. But sometimes when I'm just in a game, there's like 50,000 race cars flying by on the left side of the road or doing flips and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, this is Japan. Okay.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Like, is this what happens? But I know like that's a personal gripe. And like, that's just me like, all right, quit crying. Like we want to play with people, not with AI in that sense. But like, I don't know. Sometimes I want to experience it a little different. But other than that, some other things so it's in Japan. The campaign, they are actually, so in the last Forza, or I don't know how, like I played Forza Horizon 5. You start as like a superstar. You're in the festival. With this one, you start as a tourist and you have to work your way up to become like that racing legend. And I think I have a feeling that some people aren't going to like that, but to be honest, like I feel like it gives it more of a, like something to work for. Because another thing that I feel like that I didn't like about the Forza Horizon series or Forza 5, great game still, I still love it. And the Crew Motorfest, it's like you're just given the crazy cars from the beginning. Like you don't have to work for anything. Yeah, you just have to get a billion credits and you buy them, but you can either pay for the credits online and stuff like that. But I kind of like that it's starting you at the bottom.
I like ranking up.
Yeah.
I like the idea of ranking up, building up your vehicles. Like I like that. Specifically in a racing game too, because I'm not like, I like racing. I like racing against my friends. I do like racing, but like just trying to like, I'm not into racing enough where like running a track and trying to shave 3 seconds off my best time is like exciting to me.
For me, it's all about unlocking the cars, but I don't want it to be, and like, obviously I don't want it to feel like a grind. Like I don't want to feel like a grind, but I do want to feel like I earned the car.
Right.
Like I don't want to just do like random races 10 times and then, oh, look, I have enough money to buy this Lamborghini Gallardo that's 13 million credits, but I had to do the same race over and over. So that's where, again, I think maybe that's where I differ. I like the buildup of getting these cars. I think Gran Turismo does it pretty well. Like you don't just get the cars. Like you have to do the specific races and you unlock it as you go higher and higher. But other than that, I think I like the idea of that you're starting at the bottom. The other things that I think are really cool, kind of going into customization or going into the cars. There's going to be 550 cars at launch.
Yeah.
This is what I hate about when they say that. Or like it's 550 cars, but it's like 10 of the same car just skinned a different way. I hate that. Just say like there's going to be 200 or 300 cars at launch with variants of all of them to equal 550. Because like, granted, like, again, I'm never going to run out of cars even if they say 350. But it's just like, man, I feel like it's almost lying when you say there's 550, but there's 10 variations of the same car.
I'm on my island when it comes to this. Like when there's too many options, I call it the diner effect, right? When you go to like a diner and you get that menu that's 47 pages long and there's a billion things on there, you have a hard time figuring out what you want. And like that's why 5-star restaurants will give you a menu with 8 things on there, right? They eliminate the choices for you. And we talked about this with Lego Batman when there was only 7 characters and everybody was getting all upset. I'm a fan of like less. Like less is more. 500, even if it's 300 with multiple skins, is still way too many options for my brain to handle. I'm not going to play the game because I'm going to sit here for 3 hours trying to figure out which car I actually want to drive. You know what I mean? Like,
I was kind of going a different route of that. Like, to me, like, I don't mind that there's so many cars because I'll still pick the cars that I want. But what drives me nuts is like, they kind of gatekeep some of the elements of customization behind these cars that are like rare cars that are created by Forza. And it's almost like Big Brother or your dad saying like, you want this car because it's cool, because you can't have it because I made it. It has to be cool because you can't make it this way. If that makes sense. Like, that's what I wish that they wouldn't do. Like, it's the Forza cars that you have to find or you have to unlock, you have to wheel spin them. It's like, yeah, but I really would like to put this customization on this car that I spent hours working on. I think that would like, it'd be the icing on the cake of my car. And I think that kind of goes into the customization. They've added things that, yeah, are cool, but I feel like, and a lot of fans would agree that they are missing so much customization aspects of the game and kind of just throwing these little these little things that nobody really cares about. Like, they're really, granted, I think it is cool. So some things that they added to it, you can now, with your liveries, you can add window decals and there's 100 new rims that you can have on the front and the back. So those are cool elements. But one thing that they're really highlighting is like tow hooks. But like fans have been asking for like customizable exhaust tips and things like that, not tow hooks, where it's like you're not even gonna get your car towed in the game. Like it's just dumb stuff like that I think that they're missing what fans are asking for.
I do think they missed a little bit in the sense of like fans have definitely been asking for more customization on the cars, and I think they almost took that as like I don't know if it was just an oversight or if they took it as like, we don't want to do that, so we're going to give you this instead. But they really kind of focused more on like the customization of the garage specifically and like your showroom and stuff like that, which is like, it's cool, but like you said, fans really wanted to be able to customize the cars, not specifically the spot where the car's parked.
People do they go to the car meetups. They're not going to like, yeah, like you said, the garage is cool, but like, people want to drive their cars. They want people to see them on the road, not in their garage, which again, the garage is cool. I saw, I was like, wow, that's actually kind of cool. You get to customize your garage, and then you get a giant estate where you can kind of customize and build up to, it's almost like its own little city in a way. That's kind of the way I interpreted it.
But you're like your personal mountainside with like,
yeah,
you can like build up the real estate and like the spot where you show the cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's cool, but yeah, I mean, I think they missed the boat because the fans, like you said, really wanted car customization, and instead it was like, here's a few things to hold you over, but also look at this other thing that you didn't ask for, but it's still kind of in the same realm. Like, you know what I mean?
You've seen it done in other games. That's the problem. Like, old games had like incredible customization down to like the very minute details of like the suspension, the brake calipers, and up and like your windows can be up and down, and you can do convertibles and stuff like that. It's like, it's not like
these things that people wanted have been available since like Need for Speed Underground 2.
Need for Speed Carbon, like that's one I remember the most. Like, had some of the best customization that I've played. Like, I used to make Spider-Man cars, and I just changed every little detail of every car that I drove.
Yeah, I made a McLaren Batmobile. Like, it's the options were there. I don't know why they can't do it now.
They did highlight that they are adding more natural looking like aerodynamic like spoilers and body kits and things like that, and like not so generic on each car where it all looks the same. Like they're tailoring it to the bodies. But again, it's just things that people aren't asking for. Yes, they're nice little changes, but not to the point where people are wanting.
I think the game still looks fun. I think it's missing out on a lot of things, of course. I mean, the idea behind the game is cool, though. Like the feudal, the Japan setting, they're saying it's going to be 5 times larger than any map they've ever done before. So you're going to have plenty of areas to roam. The 550 cars, even though there are skins, I mean, there's going to be plenty of options for people. A few other things, they're doing some remastered audio for the cars. They're doing a 540-degree rotation animation on the steering wheel to make that a little bit more realistic. The one thing that's really cool is the cross-platform. The cross-platform specifically, and cross-platform saves, which I thought was really cool. So, I mean, I like that idea that you can take your save file, like, anywhere, like from PC to Xbox, so, like to PS5, like, you can just transfer it, which is pretty cool. Yeah, other than that, it looks pretty good. Like, I'd still want to play it, but yeah, I do think it's missing the mark on a few things.
One thing that they also added that was really neat, they're adding a co-op race builder, or like you can build the race builder together, because I feel like a lot of games they have the race building and event building, but you always have to do it alone. Like, all right, now you try it, but this one you can kind of build together. So I thought that was neat. They're making this new event called the Horizon Rush. It's essentially like an obstacle course in a way, with like a time trial. That's how I'm perceiving it. So like that's really all the new stuff they've added. And like I said, I don't think the gameplay itself, I don't think needs to be completely overhauled and changed. I think the Tokyo aspect is really what's going to make it feel new and refreshed.
I mean, the driving games, like, the customization they need to work on, but I think driving mechanics for the most part, I think most of them have it nailed down. I haven't played too many legitimate racing titles, legitimate that like the Gran Turismos, the Forzas, like that feel weird. You know what I mean? Like they all feel great to drive the car. So I think the actual gameplay, I don't know how much more you can improve it. Like it feels like driving a car, so it feels good. But customization wise, yeah, like. That's what people...
And it's still an arcade racer. It's not supposed to be like an iRacer or Formula One or anything like that. So it doesn't need to be overly realistic.
I think it looks good. I think it's definitely something I'll be playing. I mean, like all racing games, like the guys, customization is number one. People really want to be able to do whatever they want to do to those cars. Like, you got to make that happen. But other than that, I think the game looks good. I think racing games as a whole are in a great spot right now. I don't know how much more they can improve, other than just providing new locations, new maps, better cars, better experience, new game modes. Let people play and do their thing.
Let us know in the comments what you guys think about Forza Horizon 6, especially you true fans out there. Like, yes, I love the games, but there's obviously heavy fans of the franchise. So, and yeah, let us know what you think, and if there's anything that they really do need to improve on the gameplay.
Let us know in the comments below.
And now, Dave, this is going to be a great racing game.
Fantastic racing game. But will it be one of the top 10 of all time?
It sure could be. And that's why we're going to do a draft of the best racing games ever.
Do I get to go first because you announced it?
Yeah, shoot, yeah.
All right, with my number one pick, I'm going to take Gran Turismo.
Oh, okay, I'm okay.
Oh, you're all right?
Not even on my list. Dave.
Not even on your list.
Gran Turismo was a little bit... I like them, don't get me wrong. But I feel like... Where am I trying to go with this? I felt like playing the newer one, it just felt out... Like the UI was just kind of clunky and outdated. The gameplay itself was fun.
Thought about that realism.
Yeah, I know. My first pick is Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Oh, you went legit, like...
OG.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
one
even
of the best racing games that had one of the cheesiest stories, but when you're playing it in middle school, you're like, yeah, this is epic. I'm gonna beat this guy. I'm gonna get his Subaru. This is my car. Like, it had such like a fun, like cool, like I'm a cool guy vibe when playing it.
I don't disagree. I think it's a great pick. All right, my number 2. I gotta do it. That's sitting out here. I'm taking Mario Kart.
I feel like you have to.
Yeah, I have to. All
right, if you can narrow it down to one specific Mario Kart, which one are you picking? Yeah, you gotta pick him because it's kind of now. Like you can't. That's like saying the newest Mario Kart's the way to go. Mario Kart World.
I know everybody's gonna say 8 is the one, but for me specifically, it's 64. I'm a 64 era kid. Like I had so much fun playing that game. I got hours into that game, and I think it was in a great spot because it had enough mechanics that it made the game interesting and fun to play, but not so many like it's almost like now if you don't know everything about the game, like you're at a little bit of a disadvantage. Back in that era, you could just like
and not worry about the shortcuts and like how to like cheat the game a little bit.
Yeah, it's really kind of about cheating the game right now, or like doing the jump skids, and you know what I mean. Like that stuff was all relevant back then, but like it's almost like today, if you don't do all of those things, like no shot.
My second pick is Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition.
No way.
That game was incredible. That was such a fun game. That was the very first like open world like racing game that I actually got to play.
Midnight Club was Rockstar's first little like kind of dip in the water of racing.
Was that PS2? If I remember.
Yeah, PS2 era.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah, that's a great game. All right, I'm going back to the N64 era, but give me a little Cruisin'.
Never played it.
You've never played Cruisin'?
I don't think I've heard of it.
Cruisin' USA or Cruisin' World?
Nope, never played it.
Oh my god, bro.
Sounds like I need to play it.
You gotta play it. It's on the 64. It's great.
Okay. I'll have to buy a 64.
I still know all the cheats, bro. It was an arcade cabinet too. I used to play,
was it really?
Yeah, I used to play it in this bar when I was a kid. If you went over to the red Ferrari and you hit all 3 view buttons at the same time, it turned it into a cop car.
Really?
Yeah.
A Ferrari cop car or just a random cop car?
No, just an actual cop car.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
like
cool.
the Crown Vic with the lights and everything. It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a great game.
My third pick, I'm kind of taking a turn here. My third pick is Formula One.
That's it. All right, I'll take it.
I really loved the series, especially like because I got into it kind of in my like early streaming days. I'm like, I'm gonna get into racing games, and like Formula One was like where I really like put an effort to learn the mechanics and like try to beat my times and everything. But I think that it does a really good job of like realism, if that makes sense. Not like perfect, but I think it's a good game.
Oh boy. All right, my number 4, I'm gonna take Burnout.
Okay, good choice.
I like the realistic stuff, right? But every once in a while, you just want like kind of like that classic
chaos.
Yeah, you want some classic chaos. The crash mechanics in Burnout are ridiculous, and I'm here for it. I think it's fun.
I want to go this route, but I really sucked at it, so I'm going to change it up because I already talked about it a little bit. I already picked a Need for Speed. Let's go with the Crew 2.
Okay.
Love the Crew 2. I like the aspect that's like you're like essentially traveling from one side of the country all the way to the other. I think that was really cool.
No, it definitely deserves to be on the list. Oh boy, you are right. There are some goodies left on here. I feel like I went too retro.
Yeah, I went more modern.
Yeah, I went pretty retro. All right, I'm gonna do it. Give me Wipeout.
Wipeout, okay.
Yeah, I like Wipeout. If you put anything futuristic, kind of cyberpunky in front of me, like I'm gonna dig it. So like,
that's your style.
Yeah, it's got to be that way.
My fifth pick is, well, I feel like I have to put it on there because I put the Crew on there. I'm gonna go Forza. Especially Forza Horizon 4. I really liked it.
Gonna say we couldn't do a whole episode talking about Forza and not have it be on this list, right?
Yeah, I'd honestly like 4 is when I started playing it the most. Like I never played any earlier than 4. So that's why I'm gonna say 4. I've heard that 3 is even better, but I really enjoyed 4. Some honorable mentions for me. This one I wanted to put it in there so bad, but I didn't think it counted. Riders Republic.
I would have given you that one.
The reason I didn't is because of like the freestyle aspect where like you can do other things than just race.
Yeah, I mean, I would have given it to you. We're pretty loose on this show.
Assetto Corsa as well. I was going to put that on there, but I really sucked at it. And so I didn't put it on there.
That is like the creme de la creme of realistic racing. People take that game very seriously.
Yeah, that one's serious. And then Need for Speed Carbon, but I already had Need for Speed Most Wanted. And then Mario Kart Wii. That was my favorite Mario Kart.
That's a fun one.
That's when I got good. Real good.
That's when Adam's dropping skills.
Yeah, exactly.
No N64, but you put him on a Wii.
Mm-hmm.
He got game.
My stuff. Yep.
All right. For me, most of mine were taken. I got F-Zero, of course. I love me some F-Zero. That's some old school stuff right there. And then Dirt, Colin McRae's, the rally cars. I don't think we touched on rally cars much.
Ooh, the MX vs. Motocross is really good too.
Yeah, I do love me
Those were some good.
Do love some rally and some dirt tracks. Those are fun.
Oh, Crash Team Racing, Crash Bandicoot Racing, that was fun. But other than that, let us know in the comments what are your best best racing games of all time.
Let us know in the comments below.
And that is such a great episode.
I kind of like that catchphrase. Let us know in the comments below.
I like it too.
What was the
Let us know below.
What was the other one we said? Notes for next time.
Notes for next time. I like it.
We're gonna make notes for next time, I think.
We do. We'll have to start writing them down as we're talking. So
great episode though, guys. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you doing all the things, liking all the videos, leaving your comments. We do read everything, so thank you for that. And thanks for holding with us a little bit. Adam is super sunburned right now.
I am super sunburned. So
we took a little bit of time off, so thank you for sticking with us. We are back better than ever, doing all the things. Look out for new episodes on the way. Adam, what you got for them?
Be ready for that steady stream of content again. We were doing so well, and then March Madness and vacations and all this stuff popped up. But if you're not following us on all social media platforms, please make sure to do so. Let's Talk Nerdy podcast on everything, I think, for the most part. And then make sure to comment your comment section cinema requests, and we will try to get there. I will try to get there.
Do all the things, hit all the buttons below. Thank you very much. We love you guys very, very much, and we will see y'all on the next one.
Peace out, nerds.